1 million unsold cars are sitting on dealership lots, and the automotive industry is facing a problem that few people saw coming. Across massive parking lots, thousands of brand new vehicles are lined up bumper to bumper, waiting for buyers who never seem to arrive. Every day, these cars remain unsold, costs dealerships money, and the longer they sit, the bigger the problem becomes. Just a few years ago, the situation was completely different. During the pandemic, vehicle shortages were everywhere. Dealerships struggled to keep inventory in stock, and many customers were willing to pay thousands of dollars above sticker price just to get their hands on a new car. Manufacturers couldn't build vehicles fast enough, and demand seemed unstoppable. The main reason behind those shortages was a global supply chain crisis. Factories shut down, shipping routes were disrupted, and a severe semiconductor chip shortage limited vehicle production worldwide. Automakers were forced to slow down manufacturing, creating a massive gap between supply and demand. As supply chains recovered, manufacturers rushed to increase production. New factories expanded output, production lines returned to full capacity, and millions of vehicles began rolling out of assembly plants. Automakers expected buyers to continue purchasing cars at the same pace they had during the shortage years. But something unexpected happened. Demand started slowing down just as production increased. Instead of disappearing from dealership lots, vehicles began piling up. Month after month, inventory levels climbed higher, creating the oversupply that many dealerships are now struggling to manage. One major factor is the price of new vehicles. The average cost of a new car has risen dramatically over the last several years. Features that were once optional are now standard, and manufacturing costs have increased across the industry. For many consumers, buying a new vehicle has become far more expensive than it used to be. Interest rates have made matters even worse. Most buyers finance their vehicles through loans, and higher borrowing costs mean significantly larger monthly payments. A vehicle that seemed affordable a few years ago may now cost hundreds of dollars more each month simply because of financing costs. Many consumers are choosing to wait. Some hope prices will fall. Others are waiting for interest rates to decline. Many people are simply keeping their current vehicles longer, delaying major purchases until economic conditions improve. The used car market has also played a role. During the pandemic, used vehicle prices reached record highs. As new vehicle supply improved, used prices began to fall, giving buyers more affordable alternatives. Instead of purchasing expensive new cars, many consumers have turned toward lower-priced used vehicles. Electric vehicles have added another layer to the story. Automakers invested billions of dollars into EV development, expecting demand to grow rapidly. While electric vehicle sales have increased overall, growth has not always matched industry expectations. Concerns about charging infrastructure, battery replacement costs, and resale values have caused some buyers to hesitate. As inventory continues growing, dealerships face mounting pressure. Every unsold vehicle occupies valuable space and ties up capital. Dealers often borrow money to finance their inventory, meaning they continue paying costs while vehicles remain unsold. The longer cars sit on lots, the more expensive they become for dealerships to maintain. To attract buyers, manufacturers and dealerships have begun offering incentives, cash rebates, discounted financing rates, lease specials, and promotional offers are becoming increasingly common. Companies are trying to move inventory before newer models arrive and create even more competition for sales. Some dealerships have gone further by offering aggressive discounts that would have been unthinkable during the vehicle shortage years. Cars that once sold above sticker price are now being advertised with thousands of dollars in incentives. The balance of power is gradually shifting back toward consumers. Consumer confidence also plays a major role in vehicle sales. When people feel uncertain about the economy, they often postpone major purchases. Concerns about inflation, job security, housing costs, and household expenses can make buyers reluctant to commit to a large financial obligation, such as a new vehicle. Luxury brands are facing challenges as well. Even though luxury buyers generally have more spending power, they are not immune to economic uncertainty. High-end vehicles have also experienced slower sales in certain segments, contributing to overall inventory growth. Industry experts remain divided on what will happen next. Some believe inventory levels will gradually return to normal as manufacturers reduce production and demand stabilizes. Others believe additional price cuts may be necessary before the market fully rebalances. If inventory continues rising, competition among dealerships could intensify even further. More discounts, better financing offers, and stronger incentives may emerge as businesses compete for a limited number of buyers. Consumers could benefit from these conditions if they are in the market for a new vehicle. At the same time, manufacturers must be careful. Producing too many vehicles risks creating even larger inventory problems, while reducing production too aggressively could lead to shortages if demand suddenly returns. Finding the right balance has become one of the industry's biggest challenges. The automotive market has gone from scarcity to surplus in a remarkably short period. What began as a shortage crisis has evolved into an inventory crisis, leaving dealerships filled with vehicles and manufacturers searching for solutions. For now, one thing is clear: millions of dollars worth of cars are sitting on dealership lots waiting for buyers. Whether those vehicles are sold through discounts, incentives, or improved economic conditions will determine how this story ends. Until then, the rows of unsold cars stretching across dealership lots remain a visible reminder of how quickly market conditions can change. As inventory continues to build, some dealership lots are beginning to look more like storage facilities than sales centers. A vehicle is designed to move, not sit in the same parking spot for months. Yet that is exactly what is happening in many areas. New cars arrive every week, while older inventory remains untouched. The result is a growing sea of vehicles stretching across acres of asphalt. For dealerships, excess inventory creates a chain reaction of problems. More cars require more space. More space requires more maintenance. Vehicles must be cleaned, inspected, moved, and protected from weather conditions. Even when a car isn't being driven, it still costs money to keep it ready for sale. These expenses add up quickly when hundreds or even thousands of vehicles remain unsold. Manufacturers are feeling the pressure as well. Automotive companies invest enormous amounts of money long before a vehicle reaches a customer. Raw materials must be purchased. Factories must operate, workers must be paid, and transportation costs must be covered. The longer a vehicle sits unsold, the longer manufacturers wait to recover those investments. The situation becomes even more complicated when new model years are introduced. Every year, updated versions of existing vehicles arrive with new features, refreshed designs, and improved technology. When a dealership still has large numbers of previous year models sitting on the lot, those vehicles immediately become harder to sell. Buyers naturally prefer the latest version, forcing dealers to offer larger discounts on older inventory. Some experts believe the industry became overconfident after the post-pandemic sales boom. Strong demand and record profits encouraged manufacturers to increase production aggressively. Companies assumed customers would continue purchasing vehicles at elevated prices indefinitely. Instead, many consumers reached their financial limits and began stepping away from the market. Vehicle affordability has become one of the biggest concerns facing buyers today. In many cases, monthly car payments have reached record highs. Insurance premiums have increased. Maintenance costs have risen. Fuel prices remain unpredictable. When all these expenses are combined, owning a new vehicle can feel significantly more expensive than it did just a few years ago. Another important factor is the improving reliability of modern vehicles. Today's cars often last much longer than older generations. Many drivers are keeping their vehicles for 10 years or more because they continue running reliably. If consumers can comfortably use their current vehicles for several additional years, the urgency to purchase a new one decreases. Technology is also influencing buyer behavior. Some consumers are delaying purchases because they expect future vehicles to offer better features. Advances in battery technology, autonomous driving systems, connectivity, and efficiency make some buyers reluctant to commit to today's models when tomorrow's innovations seem just around the corner. Meanwhile, dealerships are searching for creative ways to attract customers. Some are offering extended warranties. Others are introducing special financing packages, loyalty programs, maintenance plans, and trade-in bonuses. The goal is simple: convince hesitant buyers that now is the right time to purchase. competition between brands has become increasingly intense. Automakers are no longer competing only on vehicle quality. They are competing on financing offers, warranty coverage, technology packages, and ownership costs. Every company is trying to stand out in a crowded marketplace where consumers have more choices than